Turtle Coaster is a water coaster at the Land of Legends theme park resort in Turkey. This is one of the longest rides of its kind, as it features a whopping 8 uphill sections, but does have the thrills of the other installations. Find out in this review. The Land of Legends resort opened in 2016. Initially, there was no theme park, just a water park. This featured nearly 24 slides from Poland, including a water coaster in Tower Falls. This park was so well received that the complex built a full amusement park in 2018, and they gave the water park a signature new attraction in 2023 with the Turtle Coaster. This is the only water slide at the resort not built by Poland. This instead was made by ProSlide. It specifically is one of their Rocket Blast models, which uses high-powered water jets to propel rafts uphill. This is both quick and soaking. Turtle Coaster is one of the longest rides of its kind, as it covers 1,421 feet, or 434 meters, and it spans all over the Tropic Lagoon section of the water park. This adds so much energy to the midway. The trough runs over and alongside multiple pathways, and with all the rafts on the course at once, you hear constant screams of delight all around you. Not just that, the slide looks amazing with its vibrant multicolored paint scheme. The trough has 7 different alternating colors, so it looks like one giant rainbow. Then you have a colossal turtle with the same color palette above the load platform and queue line. If you've been to Park Güell in Barcelona, it looks like something straight from there, which is definitely a good thing. Now, it's a very good thing this queue is shaded, because this ride routinely is the longest line at the entire resort. It often hovers around the 60 to 90 minute mark. If you want to beat the crowds, arrive for park opening already in your bathing suit and head immediately to this slide. Alternatively, this slide is included in the park's paid fast track Skip the Line pass. This brings you to a brief queue before the load platform, so you should not have to wait more than 10 minutes maximum. A major reason for this slide's long queues is how it is operated. This attraction uses long rafts with 4 seats. At one point, this slide used all 4 of those seats. This is why all the promotional photos on ProSlide's website have 4 riders per boat. However, you can now have just a max of 3 riders per raft. This could change in the future though. We have seen other ProSlide water coasters adjust the max riders per raft, sometimes multiple times. The best example is Breaker's Edge at Hershey Park, which has switched between 3 and 4 riders repeatedly since opening. While going from 4 to 3 riders may seem like just a 33% reduction in capacity, it practically is closer to 50%. Groups of 2 will ride alone, not with the other group of 2. Groups of 4 will now occupy 2 separate boats instead of 1. Now, important info if you're a solo visitor such as myself. Despite what the website says, single riders cannot ride Turtle Coaster. All rafts must have 2 or 3 guests. They also must weigh between 90 and 215 kilograms, or 198 to 474 pounds. I mistakenly assumed I could easily be paired with another group of 2. That's what happens with most water coasters out there. I had fast track, but the crew said they could not pair me with a group of 2. Even when a group of 2 behind me offered to let me ride with them, the ride crew still said they could not do that. They instead kept calling for single riders through the standby queue. It took 15 minutes for one to finally show up. When the guy did, he was able to bypass the hour wait to ride immediately with me. We both wanted to ride again, so I again went up the fast track queue, and the other guy entered the standby queue once again. The ride crew again called for a single rider, and he was the only one, so that guy once again was able to skip the entire queue to ride with me. What's really strange is that all the park's other water slides would happily pair different parties together, so I'm not sure if it's just the crew operating the ride when I visited, or if there's a weird rule specific to Turtle Coaster, but if you're a solo rider, I strongly recommend finding a group of 2 you can ride with before entering the queue, unless you want to deal with the situation I did. Like many of the newer ProSlide water coasters, this one does not have guests climb atop a tall tower to board. Instead, it uses the ride's ability to go uphill to its advantage. It has a station platform more akin to a roller coaster. Guests load and disembark from the exact same spot, When you reach the end of the queue, each party is weighed. Then, you reach the load platform, which is a continuously moving conveyor belt. The ride crew assigns you where to sit. They load front to back, putting the lighter guests in the front. It is worth noting I was only able to sit up front. Typically, I find the airtime to be a bit stronger in the back of the raft with these type of slides, but I don't think my experience would have been dramatically different had I sat there in this one. This ride uses long inflatable dinghies. You have a bucket seat with a little padding and grab handles. You are instructed to hold on at all times. This final tidbit is why this slide does not allow wrist or hand-mounted GoPros. The park only allows chest or head-mounted GoPros with this slide. Turtle Coaster begins with a respectable dip out of the station. This gets you up to speed. Then you have a sequence similar to the start of Cheetah Chase at Holiday World. You have a flat part lined with water jets. This feels like a coaster launch. Then they continue on an uphill climb. These Rocket Blast coasters have extremely fast descents, which is why they excel with pacing. They also soak you to the bone. The second the uphill portion ends, the water jets continue airborne and land directly on the raft, aka you. It is a comically drenching moment that happens over and over again with this slide. This leads directly into back-to-back saucer turns. These are uniquely shaped turns engineered to maximize the flow of water in rafts, so you haul through these, especially since you entered them at a good speed anyway. This leads to another uphill ascent. You get another speed boost here. Then you immediately have a drop. It is too shallow to offer any airtime, but it is super disorienting because the drop is covered, so the water jets nail you on the descent. You then have another swift uphill climb. You get drenched at the apex and turn slightly right. This leads to another drop. This one is more sizable than the past two, but again is not steep enough to offer any airtime. It is all about the speed. You are then propelled upwards once again, which again drenches you. You are now positioned at the far end of the attraction. There, you have a leftward saucer turn. This one is angled more downwards than the prior ones, so it offers a smidge of cheese along with the speed. You then shoot upwards once again. It is quick and soaking. Then you turn right into another saucer turn. This leads to yet another uphill ascent. This is longer than the prior ones, so the raft does start to slow down a bit at the very top, but rest assured, the water jets still drench you. You then turn slightly right and have the steepest drop thus far, so it actually offers a tiny pop of airtime. This one also dips beneath a prior hill, yielding a fun head chopper. The raft then launches uphill in its usual swift and soaking manner. Then you turn slightly left and have the final plunge. This is the steepest drop by far, so it offers a nice pop of airtime. I am glad the ride saved its best drop for the finale. You then shoot uphill one last time. You experience the torrent of the water jets one final time, and turn left. The trough rapidly fills with water, which acts as a brake. You then slowly round a corner and have a conveyor belt back into the station. This ends the nearly 2-minute long experience. This slide's length is one of its biggest strengths. It has nearly 50 seconds of prime ride time. That is even more impressive considering this ride's great pacing. You fly through the course, only really slowing down at that one hill, but it's so brief that it does not disrupt much at all. Now it is a little ironic a slide focused on speed is named after a turtle because they are so slow on land, but it does make some sense if you've ever seen a sea turtle. They swim surprisingly fast, but I digress. What would I rate Turtle Coaster? I would give this slide a 7 out of 10. This is a good water coaster. I love the pacing and length. I also like the airtime in the final 2 drops. I just wish it had more of it. I personally prefer the water coasters that focus more on negative G's, but this is definitely one of the best ProSlide Rocket Blast slides. They just don't tend to focus on airtime as much as some of the other models do. This is easily the best slide at the Land of Legends, and it is a must if you visit this park and you're a fan of water coasters, especially since all the amusement rides and water slides are included with one single day pass. Those are my thoughts on Turtle Coaster. What are your thoughts on this attraction? How do you think it stacks up to the other water coasters out there? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, I would appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you consider subscribing, because there will be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.